how nice.
Asian Mahjong, then I learned Wright-Patterson Mahjong, and then
Fabulous.
American Mahjong, and I play Japanese in North Carolina.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So a lot of fun. And it's
Yeah.
great on cruises, and carry my card everywhere. You never know.
Yeah, fabulous, fabulous. Give me 1 second. I just have to check something. I have actually special visitor. Do you need something? Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so I'll go ahead with the announcements and a few things that I talk about, and then we'll see how when people pop in, which like I said, I'm pretty sure they will. Okay, so I am live streaming on YouTube as well, and we've got a couple of people out there right now watching. So hello out there in YouTube land. How cool. Okay, so you ladies have never met me personally. I'm assuming you found me on Facebook, or you're on the mailing list because maybe you signed up or somehow got to me. But my name is Debbie Barnett, if you don't know me already, and I like sleep, eat, and breathe Mahjong. I am what you call a diehard enthusiast, and I've been playing since I'm in my mid-20s. I've been teaching since 2006. I wrote a beginner book called Unlocking the Secrets of American Mahjong, which is on, oh, this is going to fade out because I don't have a green screen, but if you could see, there we go. If I don't move it, it's on Amazon for sale. It's a really good beginner book. One thing, I was doing supplements every year when the new card came out, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter what card you learn on, it's the same from year to year. So I'm going to be doing a revised edition so that people know that when they learn with the particular card I'm using of that year, it doesn't matter. You learn this, the concepts of the game, you learn how to read the card. It doesn't matter what year you play. You just have to start out with learning new hands, which is a lot of fun. I also run events during the year locally, mostly, but I also do talks and events around the country. So hopefully one day when I can fit more of that in, I'll be traveling more, and I hope to see more people, because even right now, I've gotten to meet a lot of people in different areas that I did talks at, and it's really fun when I actually get to meet them, and then we're connected through Facebook and all of that. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you my website. If you have not been there already, I want to introduce you to it. And I just need to open up a tab here. I like to keep I don't mind if you see my grandkids. They're a lot older now, and my good looking son. But I usually clean up put everything on one monitor so you're not like frightened by what you see. All right, so the website is MahjCon.com. And can you see my screen? Just verify you can see it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is MahjCon, is short for Mahjong Conference. So the concept, where this name came from, was with the idea of having several events throughout the year, but also having one big event, more like a Mahjong conference, that incorporated workshops, social play, tournament play for those who want to play in tournaments, a fundraiser, which my go-to chosen fundraising organization is Alzheimer's. It's very near and dear to my heart. My mom passed away with dementia, not from dementia, but she did have it in her later years. So, you know, I saw up close and personal what it's like to have somebody totally like lose their memory and not even know who they're talking to. I also have another loved one who is quite a bit younger and is showing signs of Alzheimer's, is going to a special program right now with hopes of slowing things down. So that's why I use Alzheimer's. The conference, you can come in and I'm just going to show you where things are. So at your leisure, you can come in and look under the MahjCon 2023 tab. You can look at pictures from, if you click on it, you could look at pictures from last year. You could look at pictures from the first year. If you want to look at this year's schedule, click on schedule and you could scroll down and read about what kind of hands-on workshops we're going to have. It's going to be in Central Florida, and it's a 2-day event with a mini event the night before, which has not yet been updated on the website. The ticketing has all the information that you need in it. If you click on buy now, you can go in and take a look at ticketing. If you need any help or have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'd love for you guys to join me. You are the perfect candidate for this type of event, the perfect candidate. I mean, look at some of the workshops: strategies, all levels, navigating the Charleston, take your game to the next level, learn to play Siamese Mahjong in 3-player, a mock tournament, so you could learn what it's like to play in a tournament environment. Then we have the social play fundraiser, and Hong Kong Mahjong is going to be introduced in the afternoon in another room. Then we have day 2, which is a full day of either social play or tournament play. So it'll appeal to anybody who wants to play in tournaments. And if you're not into tournaments, then you could just play socially all day. Lots of door prizes. Hopefully we'll have some great exhibitors. The fundraiser for Alzheimer's is also a silent auction. We had some fabulous items that were auctioned off last year, all Mahjong themed. So, you know, some of them were incredible designer sets, and we had all kinds of things. Okay, Nancy, I know you raised your hand. You had a question.
Marianne. Okay, it's me, Marianne. What's the date of it this year? 19
and 20. And the night before's mini little event is the 18th.
What month, please?
October.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And it's if you click on here, this is where you're going to get tons of information right here. Yeah. So you have a recap of everything. When you click on the tickets, you could read like just a little blurb about everything here. Yeah, take your time and come in when you want to check it out and read more. And like I said, you can contact me. Matter of fact, if you have any questions and you click this contact us button and you put your name and email in there and then you fill in comments, you know, Debbie, please call me. My number is, I need help with. I'll be on it. Hopefully quickly, but if I'm on the cruise, like I mentioned earlier, I may not be able to respond right away, but under normal circumstances, I'm very responsive to my inquiries. So, okay. The other thing is that I have 2 other really cool things on the website. One of them is, well, let's do this one first, the player database. This is a way for people to connect with each other across the country. It is new. I have about 110, 20 people in here right now. But if you were to go on a vacation to Santa Barbara, California, and you wanted to see, well, who can I contact there to find about games? Well, you could sort by just the state and look at the areas here, or you could sort by, you know, not just the state, but you could sort by the city. So you could put in the actual city there if you wanted to. Come on, you could do it. Yeah. And do that and find who's there in Santa Barbara. Now, right now, there's only one person in here, but here's the cool thing. You don't know if that one person is an instructor or a player or whatever. Well, this Cynthia happens to be an instructor, so she knows a ton of beginner players. So if you were a beginner player visiting her city,
Mhm.
And you connect with her and say, hey, Cynthia, I'm here visiting, and I was wondering, do you know any beginner players? I'd love to get in a couple of games while I'm here. This is the way to connect. Same goes in reverse, where these people can connect to you as well. So if you don't mind, I'd love to add you. And all you need to do is click on Contact Us, name, email, city, state, and zip. And you can put your phone number if you want, but it's optional. That's the way. If you have like a Gmail account, you're going to be likely to be easily contacted. If you have a Comcast, Verizon, Yahoo, or AOL, somebody might email you for the first time and it may go in your spam box. So I tell people, if you don't mind putting your phone number down, give your phone number, just one more way for someone to connect with you. This is great. If you move, vacation, you need to find a new group in your area. The other really cool feature here on this website is called MahjPedia. I encourage everybody, if you don't know how to bookmark it on your phone, if you're a good Googler and you know how to reach the Google gods, you can Google it and say, how do I bookmark a website on my iPhone or on my Android? If you do that and you get to this page quickly, if you're playing with a group of people and you have a question about a rule, what do I do if this happens or some unusual circumstance happened that has never happened before to you guys? And you put in here, you know, let's just say dead hands. You're going to get a whole bunch of things with dead hands. I always tell people less is more when searching in a database. You don't want to put in a whole sentence because the way you word that sentence may not be the way, there could be something that's not in here and maybe it'll say no results found, which would give you an indication something's going on. So, you could do that. You could say Mah Jongg in error, and you will get different things about Mah Jongg in error. Let's look at this particular article here and click on it. So this gives different situations. Player A does this, what happens, what's the payout? And another situation here, and so on and so on. So come in and play around with this. It could even be something like, Donna, give me one thing that you can think of off the top. I have a visitor, by the way, who's a Mahjong instructor, tournament director, and all that good stuff too, visiting me. We're going to be going on the cruise together and playing so much Mahjong. What other search thing would you comes to mind right now?
Charleston.
Charleston.
That's a huge area.
Okay. Okay, so we have a ton. Oh, this doesn't look like a good heading. Let's look at it. Every once in a while, I find some mistake, which is a good thing. Oh, 3-player. That was confusing to me because of the ID. So I need to fix that so it doesn't look like this. Maybe I'll type out 3. So I need to make a note for myself for ID 132. Okay. All right. So that's about 3-player version in the Charleston. And then if we go back and search again, wrong number of tiles during the Charleston. A player has the wrong number of tiles after the Charleston. And it just gives every single scenario. I don't think there's a missed rule in this MahjPedia, but if you find one, click on Contact Us and let me know. I'll be happy, very happy. Oh, there's also strategy in here. So if you click on Joker, I will have some blogs in here as well. So if you think of strategy that you'd want me to write something on, I'd be more than happy to. So here's a little blog on Joker strategy. You got lots of good information to read there. Okay. Now, we are going to get started. As I said earlier, we have a small group tonight. Somebody told me that a couple of people emailed me asking if it was still on. I don't know if there was a glitch. We have an automatic system where the reminders go out. People may pop in here and there. I've got hello out there, YouTube people, 7 watching, and hi everybody. Hi Linda. Welcome and thank you for joining me. So I have people in YouTube and people on Zoom. So we do have a nice crowd tonight, and you'll get some more individualized attention because we're a little smaller tonight, which is really cool. All right, we're going to head over to I Love Maj. Now I heard somebody say that they learned on Real Maj. All of the sites online are absolutely terrific. I don't ever say you should use one over the other. I happen to be an affiliate of I Love Maj because I did my research on all the sites, and this was my preferred go-to site to play on. If you want to just try it out, because I'm going to show you the exercise rooms, feel free to get a 3-week trial membership using code DB and try it out, because I'm going to show you some cool things that are going to really help when you get the new card. All right, so when you're in the site, there's lots of things. They have learning tutorials, and they have a find a teacher thing. They have a shopping thing. They have so much stuff, how-to videos. They have a lot of really good stuff in here. So I'm going to go and play, and Game Launchpad is where all the playing happens, and the exercise rooms. Okay, so the exercise room is really nice and unique, I believe, to this platform. I don't know another platform that actually has an exercise room like this. So it has several different things. We're going to go in and we're going to look at this Make Your Hand. Okay, somebody who knows the card very well might think this is quite simple, but for a beginner player or learning a new card, this is a great exercise. It starts at the top left hand of the card and goes from the left panel, the middle, to the right panel. And all you do is follow what it says and click the tiles. Very easy. You can add a joker in, another joker if you want. And 2022, you don't need to do it in order for it to be valid. Did I miss something here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have too many joker. No, I don't have too many jokers. What did I do wrong here? 1, 2, 3, 2022. And I need another red. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. I don't think, oh, I can move it. Cool. Okay, so you do that, and then you click validate, and it will tell you, and then you go to the next hand, if you did it right. And it goes to the second line down. This is a wonderful exercise to learn the new card. When I was in school, I needed to rewrite every day's lesson down on index cards. I'd write them over and over and over again, because that's the way I learned. So it's the same similar situation, excuse me. Repetition is going to help you learn the card. Another exercise is and I'll talk about Charleston practice, but this is really a good one for learning the new card as well. It shows your opponent's exposures, and then you have to pick first the sections that it can be in, could be multiple, and then the hands within the sections. So we'll start out with this one, and Nancy, you want to give me one hand that you think this can be? I'm so sorry. What is your name, Nancy's friend that you're with? I'm going to write it down because I'm so bad with names, and your name doesn't appear. Mary Ann.
Yeah.
Mary Ann, okay.
That could very easily in this year's card be the any like numbers. And so that I would avoid getting the dragons that were well, we call them the soaps, the white dragon.
You would avoid getting them? You
would
would avoid,
avoid-
okay. We're
I-
gonna talk, yeah, I hear what you're saying. And hopefully while we're playing tonight, we're gonna touch on a lot of those things, especially with what you said about avoiding. So that, I'm hoping you're gonna learn some new concepts tonight and be able to really utilize them in your game. Because, oh, Penny, are you a newer player?
Let
Tell me
me,
a little bit.
yeah, I just unmuted. Sorry. Yes, I am a newer player.
Okay, wonderful. So we've got about 3 years,
This one.
6 months. How many months,
Couldn't be
Penny?
the 3 because
Um,
four numbers.
6 probably.
About
Yeah,
6.
6.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to benefit a lot from this. I'm hoping so. All right, so yes, any like numbers,
It has to be
and it could be, then you pick which hands it could be. 1
or it could be this one up here.
or 3 and hit validate. And it will tell you if you got them right. Check, check, green check's good, right?
It's these-
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So now look at this. We missed a couple. So let's see if we could go backward. I want to go backwards to show you, but we did miss a couple. So it could also be the second hand under 2, 4, 6, 8. And it could also be the Winds and Dragons hand, 4th hand down. So I wanted you to see what happens when you miss it. You get, right? Just like when you were in school. Get that pretty check or you get that X. And so this is great. I don't know, and I don't think you could actually go back, but you could keep going through the whole card. So this is an easy one. Penny, you want to try this and see which one, if you could see which hand this is?
Oh, that's it, your quint. That's what you did today. That's exactly what you did today.
I was muted. I'm sorry. I don't have my card in front of me. I forgot that, but I'm thinking Winds and Dragons.
Okay, so good shot at that because you definitely got Winds and Dragons. But the big hint here is that we have 2 groupings of 5 tiles.
Oh, yeah.
And the only section is the quint section that
Yeah.
those could be in. And this particular hand is line number 1. So we would click quints, click line number 1, and validate. And we got it right. Left and right sides match. So that's how you'll know. And this is a great way to, again, to learn the new card when it comes out. Now, this is Mahjong, like Wordle for Mah Jongg. I'm not going to go in there now, but you could definitely check it out. And Charleston practice, if you go in and do this, once you're done with this practice,
Charleston.
you could replay it with the same tiles. So you could see if you get a different outcome by choosing different tiles during the Charleston. If you want to, I call this cheating a little bit, but it might be good for beginners. And would you mind telling him to slam the door? And if you click reveal suggested hands, it will help you and tell you, oh, these are all the possibilities of the hands you can play and how many tiles toward it you have in your hand. So for instance, this one is the consecutive run and it's saying you've got a potential of 6 tiles towards that hand. Okay, we're not going to go through this now, but we're going to get playing, which is where you're going to get a lot. You're going to do this on your own and get a lot out of it. So try it out. So it's really great. All right, so we're going to leave here and we're going to go up here. We're going to be playing with our bots, and the bots have 3 levels. So what I'm going to do is, it doesn't really matter for my guiding you guys through the hands what level we play. It really makes me challenge, not you guys, but it makes me challenge because they have intelligence built into their bots. So if I play the advanced bots, I've got to be on my game because they're very fierce players. If I play standard, they're going to be apt to maybe give me passes and give me tiles that maybe things that a beginner wouldn't do. So I don't want to confuse the issue, although that would be a whole good learning segment on its own, is seeing what a beginner level bot passes and why maybe the passes weren't good. But sometimes it's hard to tell. We don't know what anybody else has in their hands. Welcome. I think Faith just came in. So welcome for joining us. We're just about getting ready right now to start playing. So good timing here. Faith, if have you been in before?
Yes.
Yes, you have been. Okay, because I remember your name and I'm like, so welcome back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and launch the game. And if you were to come in here and play against the bots, it'll always ask you if you want to accept a person to come in and play live. When I'm doing teaching and instructing, I don't allow that because it would mess me up because I go slow and talk through the decision making, and I don't want to have to like feel pressured with somebody else thinking, why is she taking so much time? You know, so I say no. All right, so here we go. We are going to start the game. If you do come in and play and practice in this platform, you can set a timer, and the timer is for how long you have to make a decision to call a tile. There is a pause button, so you don't have to go by the timer, but if you want to make quicker decisions, it's good to try the timer. I think they have 4 seconds, 6, 8, something like that. I'm going to leave it off for this session. And we're going to go ahead and start the game. Okay. Just so you know, and I do teach about not complaining and whining if you don't get jokers and all that kind of stuff, but I have to laugh because I have not gotten jokers for the last 2 weeks. I've seen like 2 jokers all night. This is what it's always been looking like for the past 2 weeks. It's been looking like 1 joker to start. Well, let's see if we get lucky tonight. We know it's a lot of luck. Okay, so I sorted my tiles by suit, and this is typically how people sort their tiles to begin with. Nothing stays the same for very long. It just organizes the tiles so they're not all over the place, and it helps you see if you have any duplicates of anything. So I have a pair. I'm going to move the east out of the way for now. And I have a pair of 1s, and I have a pair of 4s, and I have a pair of 3s, and I have a pair of 8s. Now, if we had something called a garbage hand, where you could make any, or the atomic is what they call it. Garbage hand is canasta, but the atomic hand is what they call it if you're playing the table rule, where you can get any pairs. I would be very close, but guess what? I couldn't play it because I have a flower, and you can't play it if you get a flower. But in the Charleston, some people play a version where you can actually pass flowers. I don't think that's a great idea because I don't pass flowers in the Charleston unless there's a couple of exceptions. Well, one in particular. One is if somebody gave me a flower and the next pass was a pass that I had to do, like second left or the second across, and somebody gave me a flower, and my hand was just looking good, and it was just wouldn't make sense for me to break anything up. I would pass the flower, and more than likely I would say when I pass that flower, you could thank her for that or him for that, because I don't want anybody thinking I'm passing flowers. Flowers are very needed tiles. If you look at the card, you'll see how many hands begin with flowers. And last year's card had many pungs of flowers. So they were needed. So if you gave somebody a flower, and chances were that that person's playing them, you've given them a gift. So try to avoid flowers at all costs. Also, pears. Don't pass pears. There may be exceptions, and one exception might be that winds have come in my hand, gone out, come in, gone out, come in, gone out. At the somewhere at the end, I get 2 winds, and I just want to see if I'm going to get another tile in. And so I pass the 2. Maybe I got a pair in from someone. I would feel comfortable knowing, based on what I have assessed, that I could pass the pair of winds and not be giving somebody a gift. All right, so let's get going with this particular hand. So we are going to work around our strengths. A strength is a multiple of a tile, and we've got several multiples. And 1s and 8s don't go together on the card. So right there, I'm like, ooh, that's not really good. 4s and 8s work in 2, 4, 6, 8. 3s and 8s don't work either. So we've got some decision making to do here. And so, you might get this and look at this and be like, what am I going to do? And you don't want to just wing it and pass something out. You really want to know what you're doing. So let's see if we were to work around the 1s to start. I would keep the 3 bam, because I would see that there is a potential for 1 bam, 2 bam, 3 bam, 4 bam, which is the 5th hand down on the left side of the row, which is the pung, pung, kong, kong configuration. If you don't know it, with the exception of the quints and singles and pairs, every section on the card has 2 pungs, at least 1 hand, 1 line with 2 pungs and a kong. Those hands are always easier to make, the ones especially without any pairs, because it's easier to make pungs than it is to make a kong. So less tiles needed, okay? So I would like to consider, for sure, to consider that. And then the other thing I might be looking at would be 1, 3, 3, 5, which is in the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category, imagining that I will get a 5 crack. And Mah Jongg is not about being able to look right now and be like, I know what I'm doing. You almost have to be a visionary to play this game. You have to picture what can be. We don't always get everything to start on the first deal. So you've got to be able to do that. So then I would maybe keep that and be pretty happy with that. I'm not so thrilled about 2, 4, 6, 8, even though I have 4 bams and 8 bams. I really am not like bubbling over about it. And what you don't want to do is get stuck with a pair. Like I am thinking that I'm probably going to end up breaking those 8s up and not keeping them. So I do know that since I only have 1 wind, I'm not going to go for winds and dragons right now because I just only have one wind. I have to have a good amount or other tiles that make sense in one of the hands, because winds and dragons are very revealing hands. Once you expose, people know what you're doing. Oh, and by the way, if you have a question about something that I'm doing or a decision that I'm making here, find your chat in Zoom. There's a little chat. I don't know what they call it, but it's like a rectangle with a little, it's almost like it's not a think bubble, but it's like a talk. I don't know what they call it. I need to research that. If you have it, you could put it in your chat and I'll keep an eye on, chat. And hey, Carol, welcome. So put it in there and I can stop and explain it. Okay, so if you have something you don't get, put it in there. I'm more than happy to stop and explain it. All right, so the question becomes, do I have to break up the 8 right now or not? Well, I really don't have to because I have this that I can pass. And that's okay. It's an okay pass. Yeah, 6 and 9 are in the same family, but it's an okay pass and I don't need to break up the 8 right now. I'm not upset that I'm passing that, but I don't want to break up these options yet because there's some good options. So let's see what happens. All right, I got in another 3. And oh, also there's also, this is another good hand too that we can imagine. Since the 3 came in, it really popped out at me. So we could do 3, 4, 3 crack, 4 bam, 5 dot, which is the mixed suit consecutive run line 3 in the middle section on the right side. We can also do 2 dot, 3 crack, 4 bam. So it could be either side of that run. Always keep that in mind. Gives you double the options for that hand. So we have a lot going on. We have a run of BAMs that are a possibility. We have 1, 3, 3, 5 that could be a possibility. And we have a mixed suit consecutive run that can come into play. We have a lot going on. So now we have to break it up. I don't need the 9. There's nothing in here that I would switch out now to do 9. I mean, we even have a little bit of like numbers, but since we have the pair of 1s and 4s, probably not going to end up being that, but hey, things happen. All right, so I'm going to do this, this, and this. And again, that leaves me those 3 things or even more that could happen. Every single time you pass and get in new tiles, you need to reevaluate your hand. Well, look at this. I got another 3. Now I have 1 joker. So let's see what we're going to do here. We have 1. Let's put the joker there. Make believe the joker is a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th hand down, left side, 1 suit, pung pung, kong kong, consecutive run. Okay. It's always like a go-to hand. It's like I don't know, like white bread, or I don't know, but it's just a nice easy go-to hand with this, and in any section when it has a 2 suit pung pung kong kong. So anyway, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how many tiles we have. 2, 4, 6, 7 here. Well, what about if we change it to 1, 3, 3? Oh, that's 3s there. 1, 3, 3, 5. Make believe the joker is a 5. Now how many do we have? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And guess what? That's also a pung pung kong kong 2 suit. And I have 1 more tile toward that. So right now that gets my vote. All right, let's try the mixed suit run. Or even a same suit run, we'll do both. 1, and make this the 2 dot. 1, bam, 2 dot, 3 crack, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the flower makes 7, still 1 less than the 8. That's the third hand down on the right side. If we change it to a same suit with 3s and 4s, or the 1s with 3s, I'm still going to have less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have even less. So that's not going to work. So right now the winner is 1, 3, 3, 5. That's the I got the most tiles with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to, now I already passed an 8 bam. If I can avoid passing the 8 bam, I would like to avoid passing the 8 bam because I could be giving somebody could end up with 2 8 bams. So I have a choice here. It's a first left. I can do a blind pass here just to see what comes in, or I can break up the 4 bam. What I don't want to have happen is I don't want to get stuck if I get in another tile or 2 and not being able and having to be stuck passing a pair. So right now, I am, even though I'm choosing this hand, I also now have 1 more 3. I have 1 more 3 crack. I've got in 1 3 bam. This could be a like numbers hand. It's now turned into also a like numbers hand with 7 tiles. So 8 one way, 3, 6, 7, 8 one way, or like numbers with 7 the other way. So I have a backup. I still have a nice backup. So my vote is going to be to do this now, so I don't get stuck with a pass that I have to pass a pair. Okay. So we got in a 5 crack. Whoa, look at that. That's amazing. Okay, let's talk about this really big, important question right here on the screen. Want to chime in a little bit?
Oh, when was it?
Okay, so we've had several options of
Right, I've
hands,
been
but
watching.
this one has come in very
1, 3,
nicely
3,
now,
5,
right? This here is asking about stopping. Say hi to my friend Donna.
Hi.
I don't know if you can see, but you can hear her. So this is a big question for newer players, especially, how do I know when to stop it? Or, I'm confused with what I'm doing. I'm torn between 2 hands. What do I do? My recommendation is if you have 3 tiles to pass, you continue. If you don't, you don't. And that doesn't mean 3 tiles to pass and you've got 2 hands split up. That means 1 hand and 3 tiles to pass. So we've got 4 tiles here, even though I'd like to keep that 8 bam. But if I get something in and I got to get it out there, believe me, I'm going to get it out there. Okay. So what is your opinion on stopping the Charleston?
I agree with Debbie perfectly, but I would continue. We're going to keep going.
We're gonna
because we
keep
have
going.
more than 3 or more tiles to pass. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
I agree.
we got somebody here who's been teaching for a long time and is saying the same thing. So, okay. I want to show of hands right now out there. And Carol and Linda, would you continue or stop? Those are 2 of my YouTube watchers right now who have said hi. I don't know anybody else who's watching unless they say hi to me. You guys, Marianne, Nancy, Carol, Penny, Faith, would you continue if you had this hand, or would you stop? Do you know?
I would.
Can you, okay, you can unmute. Go ahead. We have a small. Faith says continue. Okay. Nancy says continue. And Mary Ann says continue. Carol, continue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Penny?
Yes,
Okay. We got a good,
Go for it.
we got a good vote,
No, which
Second,
three?
Charleston.
these three.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm trying to avoid the 8. I don't know if you had heard me before.
Who doesn't want to give that 8 to
Good.
somebody?
Good.
Maybe.
Nothing else except
Perfect.
that. Nothing else. Okay. So now I have to do an across. Of course, at this point, I have to get the 8 out there. Somebody may get a pair of 8s, but oh well, it has to be done. You do the best you can, make your best choices, but sometimes you have to do that. All right. I am not worried about these either, so I'm going to just get those out.
Courtesy pass.
Again, nothing else came in. I only saw one wind in the very beginning. I passed an east. I ended up getting a north and east back. I'm going to pass 3. Believe it or not, there are times where I get a new tile on the optional. So why not? Okay, nothing came in and I got the 4 bam back. Remember we got rid of the 4 bam? We got that back. I never saw the 1 crack and I never saw a south. Okay, so let's talk about the potential hand. We're going to shoot this down here for now. We have the number second, no, it's the 3rd hand down under 1335, 2 suits, pung, pung, kong, kong. Okay, we are able to call the 1 bam if it goes out. We can call the 3 bam if it goes out. We can call the 3 crack if it goes out, and we can call the 5 crack. We are really set up very nicely here. If you could accomplish this at the end of the Charleston,
You're good.
You're
good.
Right, right. Okay, now, how do we prioritize discards? Okay, I like to hold flowers for a while. I feel there's opportunity. Some people get rid of them immediately. I feel there's opportunity for at some point someone else to throw a flower and somebody call it and put up a joker, and I may just be lucky enough to get some joker bait. So yeah, Carol, you're right, it is set. Hey Jane, welcome. And so yeah, I mean, you know, I would hold on to it for a little bit, and there's no reason I have to really rush to get it out now. But any tile that you get in the Charleston that you haven't seen before should be prioritized. And I'll tell you why. What if somebody else has a really good hand out there and they continued in the Charleston and they were forced to give up a tile? I could be sitting with that tile right now. And if I get it out early, I'm making it harder on that player to pick the tile up. So that, and even if they pick it up, I always rather get tiles out that I think people need. Now this is, I know, I say this every week, but it's a crazy concept for most people. Most people worry about what they're going to throw from the beginning of the game. I'm saying that you do not have to worry about what you throw until a couple of things occur. One, exposures are up that give you a great indication that you're holding someone's Mahjong tile. That's the time to stop and think. 2, we're in the last wall of the game and the exposures are getting a little hotter. Okay, that's a time to think. But the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd wall, unless you have complete solid evidence, you pick and discard. Pick and discard. That's how you become a faster player. You don't have to think about it. You don't want to mastermind every single discard, but what you do want to do is prioritize them. The hottest tiles go out first. What's the definition of a hot tile? A tile that you got in the Charleston that you've never seen before, a tile that you held onto the Charleston that you never let go. Or if the 8 bam were still in my hand, that would have been a tile to get out because I knew I sent one out already, but guess what? I never saw the 8 bam back. Somebody's got a pair of 8 bams. I almost feel like I almost can guarantee that, but I can't really guarantee anything in this game at all. So, hottest tile, new tiles you haven't seen that came in the Charleston, picks from the wall that are nowhere, not that you don't need and that aren't on the table yet. I get those out. As soon as I see one of a tile, and then I pick another tile and I know that that one is already got one on the table, then I start doubling it up and tripling it up. And I do that. And trust me, when people get my tiles out early that I need and I can't call them, I'm not set yet. It's like, oh, there goes another tile. There goes another tile. The only thing is that if someone throws any of these, we can call it all. So I'm going to go ahead and get out the south, even though I don't think anybody's playing wins. I kind of like to get rid of those early, especially since I've not seen only but a couple. So somebody could have had to break their hand up and get rid of it. I don't know, but we'll get it out.
7 crack,
Okay, so I'm going to ignore that
flower,
and see somebody
So-
got it out early. Now I'm going to get the 1 crack out because again, that's a brand new tile I've never seen before.
1
Shoot.
crack, 2
I
bam,
have to get my Mah Jongg card.
9
Hang on.
crack,
Whoops, let me mute her. Okay. Ignore.
so,
That's a nice tile. I don't know really where I'm going to use it right now because I have everything is so set. So I'm just going to go ahead now and get rid of the 8 crack.
8 crack,
That's another one that I've not seen.
2 crack, 4 bam,
Now that might be one of the ones I gave out. Interesting. Let's see what happens. We sent out 2 8 bams. Won't that be an interesting thing? Okay, here we
8
go.
bam, north,
Oh, no call. Maybe they're not set. They need it, but they can't get it yet. We'll find out later.
north, 7 crack,
Okay, just look at the board, 2 cracks going out, 1 4 bam's going out. I'm holding the flower for just a little bit more. Either one of these can go out. They're both the same priority.
2 crack, 1 dot, 9 bam, 3 bam,
Okay, what do we want to do here? We want to call it?
Curious if we did press it here.
Call.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
everybody knows which hand, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I think we can do this.
call, 4 bam, 5 bam, red, 5 dot, call, 9 dot,
But you can talk
Green.
to her on chat and, no, you can't.
I'm gonna watch the Joker again.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize it. Thank you, Donna. So Annie did an exposure, and so we have a joker available for exchange. So when you're playing in person, of course, even online, but especially in person, because the board is not right in front of your eyes like this, always look around, scan every time before you discard, scan the table. It's not a good feeling when you need a joker and you miss it.
And I call it go shop before you discard.
Yeah, I like that. Go shopping. Make sure that you're not missing it. Okay, so it's my turn to discard.
9 dot,
Or you just make sure there's nothing
Six
you can
crack.
get a joker.
6 dot, 7 dot, flower,
So 2 flowers are
Nine.
out,
flower,
3 flowers are out. I have the 4th,
east, 8 dot,
and
8 bam,
we've got, I just want to see quickly, we have 2 norths, a west, and an east. So we still don't know 100% that nobody's holding, playing a wind hand. There goes an 8 bam again.
8 dot, 8 crack, 3 bam,
Well, that's nice. Now, if I had picked the 3BM, so there is intelligence built in the box, but there's just so much intelligence that can be built in. If I picked the 3BM, I would have held on to it well, right now I only have one discard, but if I had several discards, I would have held the 3BM and considered it a safer tile to use later in the game. Because the more the game proceeds, the more chances are that people are better set. And it's nice to have yourself set up with safer tiles to throw later. I would have held the 3BM. Just wanted to make a little note of that.
Crack. 2 crack.
Excuse me, I have some talking in the background there. Okay, so
5 bam. East.
we're gonna get rid of the flower next. Now I'm starting to feel a little bit like I need to get it out because we've got 1, what did we say, 2,
Four.
3, 4. Mine will be 5. If somebody is needing a pair, I don't know if they're set, so I'm gonna get it out probably soon.
8 crack.
Well, nobody's playing 8 cracks. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, so I don't need that, but I'm gonna go ahead now and get rid of the flower.
Flower. 2 dot. 8 bam.
And nobody's
7
playing
dots.
8 bam. So my whole theory of a pair out there, it didn't matter. See,
Yeah.
that's why you just don't have a
Okay.
crystal ball with this game, right? Okay, so there is 1 red out, but let me look and see if there's a 2 bam out yet. I don't see a 2 bam out unless I'm missing it.
Yeah, there's one. There's
Oh,
one.
top line 6 tile over. Okay, now that was early on in the game. So I would say, if I had to prioritize the 2 bam over the red, I'd probably do the 2 bam because it was earlier than the red. So I'll do the 2 bam.
2 bam.
But when the
Two
tiles
down.
are scattered on the table, you really don't know.
It's true. It's true, but what you can do is watch to see. There are some people that'll discard right in front of them too. So you can get an indication of what they're not using. So if you discard, slide the tile out somewhere into the middle of the table. Don't put them right in front of you. That's like giving away good information. All right, so ignore.
East. 7 dot.
Well, a lot of, I
Oh,
mean,
look at
wow.
you
Ooh, ooh. Okay, we are set to Mahjong.
Red. 4 dot. Call. 7 crack.
Oh, wow.
go. Mhm.
Now we have a 4 dot or a 5 dot up for, oh no, 4 dot's gone. That's a dead joker.
4 crack. North. West.
All right, so now we know that nobody's playing the hand that's the 4th one down in Winds and Dragons, and more than likely not playing North and South combination because there's 3 out there now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
3 out there now.
2 crack. 8 dot.
Boy, 8 dots
There
and
you go.
8s.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Oh, no, I don't need it.
Yes, you need a con of 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about. Oh,
need
you're
the
right.
joker
You're
with
right.
the
Sorry.
ones.
I was looking at it wrong. So we put that there. So there we go. We got it with 2 jokers. Not bad. Excellent.
MahjCon.
For a minute, I was like thinking, oh no, that's the fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So let's take a little time since we are a more smaller, intimate group right now. And I'll just start with Marianne and Nancy to let me know if you have any questions, if you learned anything new in this game, during this game.
Well, I'm trying to think of what question I might have. I really don't have one immediately. We were sort of chatting ourselves a little bit.
I was trying to explain what you were saying was interesting. You said, don't line up your discards in front of you, put them in the mix
Yes,
of the discards.
Yeah.
So, I have some friends that have been playing so long that they know what your hand is from day one. I'm not that good.
Mhm.
But what she's saying is don't make it real obvious what you're discarding, like all odds or all evens if you leave it in front of you. If you mix it up. Now, when I'm teaching, sometimes I help the students by placing discards together so they can see them and what's out there and what isn't. But I liked what you said about paying attention to discards and what's gone out. And I usually, before I start the discards after we've done the Charleston, I usually get rid of what I've gathered from the Charleston before I shoot out any new ones. That's kind of my way of doing it. And I
Mhm.
liked hearing about yours. Like,
Okay, yes, so,
already- yeah,
well, if you think about it, and it takes time to remember what you give out, what you get in, but boy, that does make you a stronger player. Boy, you've got some great ammunition there. So if I know that I got in and got out and got in and got out a tile, I don't prioritize that if I've seen it go around and around and around. And I'm pretty sure that to me is considered a safer tile. I want to prioritize tiles that I know are more guaranteed to be new out there, as opposed to something that I've, seen. So that's, what's worked for me. Now, when you're teaching, I'll just suggest one thing, Mary Ann, and that is habits are hard to break.
oh yeah,
So if somebody is liking having things lined up, and I've heard groups tell me that they all line them up like the computer does, because nobody ever told them not to,
Mm,
it's a little challenging to make that transition.
yes,
Part of the challenge of the game is having to scan the table with tiles scattered about.
yeah.
So that's my only suggestion. Okay. Nancy, did you have any? No, you said you were talking and
There were two things that, yeah, that I did pick up. I thought it was interesting that you had said, if you break up a pair, to hesitate to pass it the second tile that for that pair, because then you might be giving somebody else a pair. I had
Mhm.
never thought of that. The other thing is sometimes when I know I'm on a hand that doesn't require flowers, I have passed a flower in the Charleston, but I loved your idea that to hold on to it because somebody might be collecting flowers and you may be able to get a joker by being able to exchange that. So
yeah.
those were two things that I learned from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never going to say that you're not going to ever be in a situation to pass a flower. I think that we all get in a situation at one time or another where we have to.
That's right.
But as long as you have other tiles to pass and you're not forced to pass a flower, don't pass it. Because if someone else, you may not be playing with flowers, but if someone else is, boy, it's like, wow, I just got a gift. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that gift. Yeah. Okay, Carol,
Yes,
did you have any questions? Did you pick up anything?
I do have a question. I just sent it to you,
Okay,
Charleston.
okay.
And I played today and I got a little confused, and I'm a real beginner, but who makes a decision to when you can stop the Charleston?
Oh, good question, and it's asked often. If you guys are not a member of my Facebook group, Ask the Mahjong Teacher, please join it, because it is a place where you can come in and ask a question and get one answer from myself or my partner, Tina, and not have to funnel through answers to figure out who's right and who's wrong. Some groups are like that, okay, which is fine because they serve several purposes, but my group is one question and one answer. Okay. Now, With the chart, you're asking what is the protocol for when you can stop it
Who's done?
Yes,
or who stops it?
yes.
Okay, let's do this. Let's head over here and let's put in stopping. And let's take a look and see what it says about stopping the Charleston here. I often stop the Charleston and have an equal number of times. Now, this is one, but there might be who can stop it. So we'll look at all of these. We have an equal number of tiles between two possible hands. Is this the right strategy? So this is more of a strategy question. This is not aimed at what you're asking me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back and search for that again. And we're going to look at the other one. And we're going to look at
Stop it.
stopping the Charleston.
Same one.
Oh, we actually took the same one. Hold on. Why did we just do that?
There. That one. 20.
Here, right here. Any player can stop the Charleston, no questions asked. So I announced that I wanted to stop the Charleston, and another player said that I could only stop it if I had only one hand to play. Is this correct? No, anybody could stop it. But what you want to do is go back and read the other article that we just had up and understand, which I shared during this first game, which is this one, right?
Mhm.
This one, which gives you a little blurb about why you should not stop the Charleston. I have it again, it has to do with so many people learning online during COVID. Okay, if
Yeah.
you're not taught something, you don't know it. So you can't beat yourself up over it. But if you learn in person from an instructor, and there could be instructors out there that don't know the rules, but if you learn from an instructor, Donna and I both know the National Mah Jongg League rules intimately, and bringing in strategy is one important factor. When you know the rules, you don't stop the Charleston if you're confused, you're afraid to go on because you're not going to. Oh, I see smiles and laughing there, Nancy. I think I just touched a little something right there. You don't stop it thinking, oh my God, I'm nervous. I don't know what, I'm
What to do.
confused. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just easier to stop it. No, you want to work on gaining skill and get to be a better player. And you don't stop the Charleston. You got to get out of your comfort zone in this game. That's a definite. And push yourself, because it'll make you a better player. So anyway, again, few people came in later. Mahjpedia, all the rules are here in a simplified way to understand it, including some strategy in here too. All right, so let's go back.
Did that answer her question?
Oh, did that answer your question? Thank you.
Yes, because I think you said you were pretty much saying don't really stop it, but
Not
To-
if you have 3 tiles to pass.
yeah. But at the very end, like today, they said they only had 2 to pass. That's okay.
2 to pass and 1 hand they're working on.
2 to pass on the last Charleston.
And they're only working on one hand.
And they're only working on 1 hand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
No.
Now, one of the things you might be asking me or thinking about, well, asking yourself rather, well, what if I have 3 tiles to pass and I pass those 3 and I get in a tile that I need for my hand, and now I only have 2 to pass and I have to do the across. Well, what do I do there?
Yeah.
In that situation, you take one of the tiles from a pung, where hopefully that will get discarded at some point and you can call it, or you get it back, which very often happens when you shoot it out on that across. Very often I get that tile back in my hand, which is great. Okay, but that's what you would do, and you just continue. So 3 tiles to pass. You do that too, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, anybody can stop the Charleston. You just say, I'm stopping the Charleston, no reason given, and everybody stops.
And you go to the optional.
Now, what if somebody looks at their second left? Then what happens? Do you want to take it from there, Debbie?
Okay, so if somebody picks up their second pass,
Just picks it up.
picks it up and looks at it,
Not even looks at it,
Oh.
picks it up. They don't even have to look at it, just pick it
just
up.
pick it up.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you, so that you don't get stuck with not being able to stop it, you need to say early while you're doing the first left, hey, go slow. Don't do the second left until I take a look at my first left that I get in, because I might want to stop it. That way, nobody has picked up their tiles, because once they pick it
Once
up,
they pick it up.
it's too late. Oh, Joe's coming in.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be some good guidance for you. And Penny, did you have anything you wanted to share?
Well, I liked the hint you gave about if you expose winds, it's easy for other players to see where you're going. And then I've really been trying hard on the pick and discard, because of course, when I first started, every time I picked, it was like I was studying that tile, you know, what am I going to do? So I'm trying to get better at, you know, having my tiles in order to discard one right away and then keep the one I just picked and then make a decision, you know, about what to do.
Mhm.
May
Yeah,
I-
like
and,
that.
and again, if you get set up properly, and we're going to play another game or two, so hopefully you'll start getting the feel of it. And, you know, you come week after week, you're going to strengthen your skills, certainly.
Right.
But if you're set up and you know what you're keeping track of, then you don't have to study every single tile that comes into your hand. And by the way, if you study it, I hope it doesn't mean that you hold it in your hand and study it. The tile needs to be wrapped. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to pull it from the wall and have a race, but, you know, pause a couple of beats and nicely take it and put it right onto your rack and seat it on there and let go of it.
Right.
Okay. Because otherwise your previous discard, that was anybody who had previously discarded, that tile is still up for grabs.
Yes, yes.
Don't
May I-
admire the tile. It's not that pretty.
As I say, don't play helicopter with the tile.
Yeah,
rack
don't
it.
play how it's like, you know, like that game with the, when your kids were little and you play with the, I kind of think about that helicopter. Yeah, don't look at that tile and, you know, oh, you know, no.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And
May
if you see-
may I interrupt? May I interrupt and just say the one thing that I would recommend, and it happened to me just today, that if you grab a thing and you know it doesn't fit in your hand and you discard it quickly, make sure that you've checked around that there's somebody else doesn't have it, that you could get a joker. I missed that today, which would have been a Mahjong.
Well,
So
and that's
get
what
it-
we
get it-
talked about that during the game.
Go shopping before you
Right.
discard it.
I, you know, Donna calls it go shopping. I call it, you know, scan the table. Do a quick scan every single time before you discard.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
all. You just look around and then go. Okay.
Yeah.
Carol, the class goes until 8:30 Eastern time. If you need to go, I will certainly understand, and
You can watch it on.
you can watch the replay. It's always on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified as soon as it gets posted and all that. So please, yeah, feel free.
Okay, thank you very much.
Did you find when you missed the Joker that somebody said, you missed the Joker? Did somebody, sometimes people will say, you missed the Joker. You shouldn't say anything, or you can just say, I didn't need it anyway, with a smile on your face, whether you did or not.
Yeah.
Nobody should be saying anything.
Yeah. Do people bring it to your attention when somebody misses a Joker? Yeah. Okay, so that's all about Mahjong etiquette, and I have a live stream that is on YouTube, on the MahjCon YouTube channel that you could watch. And that's one of the issues. People are not supposed to be, there shouldn't be table talk like that.
Well, I didn't object to it. It was my stupidity. And the thing is that I missed a chance to Mahjong. You know, I was quick to discard without shopping, as you.
Yeah.
Shopping.
And you know,
And
it's,
so it's just
Nancy,
a-
it's not about whether it's a smart move or not a smart move. It's more about the fact that you want to withhold as much information from another player as possible. That's how you, all these little things get
Yeah.
you one level up in the ladder. I mean, we don't start playing chess and become an expert chess player right away. We don't play bridge and become an expert bridge player. It's a process. Okay. All right. We got to get on to another game soon. So if you have anything else that you want to ask, can you add it in chat? And I'll ask it. Otherwise, I want to start going on. For anybody who just joined recently, Shelley, always nice to see you. Hi, Julie and Joe. Always nice to see you here too. All right, let's go back and do this.
You were
Oh,
advanced.
ooh, and yeah, didn't I do advance?
You did. Did you mean to do advance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no.
First Charleston.
Okay. By the way, the bot names are play on words. So if you want to have some fun and try to figure out what these crazy little names mean, it's a lot of fun. So, and they're not that hard to figure out. All right. Oh, Joe, I don't know if you were here the last 2 weeks when I didn't have a lot of jokers, but I finally made a Mahjong after 2 weeks of battling these bots. Okay. All right, so let's get this thing sorted. Oh my God. Do you guys see what I see?
Lots of sevens.
Holy macaroni. Okay, well, let's do what we normally are supposed to do and take our strength, which is our multiples, and stick them here. We're gonna work around our sevens and see what we might do with sevens. Okay. Now, I don't have any other like sevens right now, so that could happen. But what else could we do with seven? So the first thing I think of is 7 is an odd number. So let me now see if there's anything that I could do in 5, 7, 7, 9. Well, there is. We've got 5 bam, and we have 9 crack, and that sits so nicely together. Imagining that we'll get some jokers and 7 bams will come into play. What else can we build off of the 7 crack? Well, if we think of a run, we could say 7, 8. Okay. Now, I will tell you that some teachers do teach, some instructors, so I don't say teach twice, do teach beginners to just pick one category and pick off of that. When I teach to see the entire card. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. It's what they feel comfortable teaching. But for instance, I know I've got 5, 7, 7, 9 here going on, but I know I also have a little bit of a run. So I would hold 6 and 8 for either end, for maybe 6, 7, 8 and 3 suits, or 7, 8, 9 and 3 suits. But look, I could also do 5, 6, 7, 8, if I get 8 cracks. Do you see anything else that I might be missing?
5, 7, 7, 9.
That one I already had
Oh,
picked, so that one's already there. And
Mhm.
then 5, 6, 7, 8, mixed suit run,
Mhm.
good stuff like that, right?
468 is actually
you-
nice too.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
let's
say
take
the
a look
4.
at 2, 4, 6, 8 and see if we, okay. So here's the deal, and I don't blame you for seeing 2, 4, 6, 8, but we would have to give up
All the
4
sevens.
7s.
Yeah.
So I am not even seeing 2, 4, 6, 8. You get yourself pretty confused if you have to figure that out, because that would be a little challenging. Now, since I have 4 7s, I might hold on to the wins to see maybe I get some for the north, east, west, south, the pairs of north and south, east, west with the 7s. I might hold on to it for the heck of it. Remember I said, I don't play the wins unless I either have multiple wins or I have something else in the hand that also makes me want to play them.
Yeah.
They're just not my favorite because they are revealing once you expose. But if the tiles go there, we can't dictate where the tiles go. All right, so if I were to pass 2, 4, 4, that's a pretty nice pass. I am, I would be apt to want to keep the green. What would you do here, Donna? What if I got more 7s and I wanted to bounce into like numbers?
Or even quints, you have all those 7s and a
I could-
green.
I
and
could.
some wins.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Get rid of the
I-
2, 4, and the 4.
I'm gonna do the 2, 4, and a 4. Donna said I could even possibly do quints, although I have no jokers right now, but you never know.
Yeah.
Things could change. So it is a pretty pass. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm not gonna not do it. Pretty pass, I'll say to Amistad, who is actually saying I missed a discard. I'm gonna say, Amistad, nice pass. And guess what? He's gonna pick it up and he's gonna look, oh yeah, if I could use it, right?
Because he's probably collecting 3, 6, 9s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we just got our 5 for a mixed suit run potential. We don't need the 1. Let's get that up there.
And you
Now,
got another 4.
and I didn't get it. I don't have a 4. Do I?
That one.
Yeah, but where's another 4?
You just passed that 4.
You
Oh,
passed it.
now do you mean as far as passing, getting it in, but I
Yeah.
thought you meant got another one in here. Yes, yeah. But exactly, yeah, I should have known what you were talking about. Okay, so would you still want to hold on to the wins?
I'd get rid of the 4,
Okay,
and I'd probably get rid of the 5 dot. And
Even-
keep the 5, 6. because
even
they're the
though,
Same suit,
okay, and so,
because you can go with 5, 6, 7, 8. That 5 dot is sort of a lone ranger to me.
And then Debbie,
5,
Well,
6, 7, you don't have the
you
2
have-
flowers.
right, we don't have flowers. Yes,
Debbie,
yeah,
I would keep the 4 bam in case you get 4 bam, 5 bam,
And
and
then
then
6
6,
cracks.
7, because you might get that 4 bam back.
nice. Hannah, who's been teaching you?
The best teacher in the world.
Goodness.
I'm
Hannah
not
has
even-
been taking, she's been like on fire with classes and the
I can't
amount
have the
that she
consumer.
has changed and improved. I keep telling her she could run my
We're not-
classes.
Okay.
Debbie, you're the
Hannah
best
has-
teacher. I really have learned a lot.
Okay, so Hannah has just gone above what anybody would normally be thinking, and that is you might get the other 4 bam back.
Might.
That's not true.
And I really like that, Hannah, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right.
Okay, so without jokers,
Just
I'm
not get rid-
gonna get rid of the wins.
Okay.
One wind, at least one right now. I'm gonna do this. Well, what about potential 5, 7, 7, 9? Should I get rid of the 8?
The 8.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, we got a lot of options here. What's our third one gonna be?
You have 3, don't you? No. that's
Oh, I
not it.
do have 3, so thank you. We got 3. These are our 3. Here we go. Okay. We don't have a 6 crack. We don't have.
Anyway, so I can talk to you later. I'm on mute there.
That's okay.
How come it doesn't show
You
my,
need to triple task. And
Oh, I'm gonna mute her. Okay, so I can get rid of the north because I've decided I'm not keeping them. And I mean,
The 8s and the 9s don't do
The
it.
8, you can get rid of the 8.
Or the
Yeah.
green.
or the green,
What's the green doing?
really nothing. I'll get rid of the green and
The 9 dot.
the 9 dot. Okay, let's see what happens.
There's your 4.
Here's my
4 came
4.
back.
Hannah, I muted you because I think you had some company there. Oh, somebody bumped out. So anyway, here we go. We have the 4 or 5 back, and we have to hope that we get some jokers and 6 cracks, and that will be very nice. So we can continue,
second Charleston.
and we can do south. Should we keep? No, we don't need 7. We're not going to change out to like
Okay.
numbers, right? What do you think?
Well, you definitely don't need the 9. The 9 down.
Oh, right.
And do you need the 5 dot anymore? If you're doing 4, 5, 6,
No.
7.
No, the only reason would be is if we were doing the 1 suit run, but that doesn't make sense now. So I'll do that. Okay, perfect.
Debbie,
Yeah.
what was wrong with 5779 in dots?
Yeah.
Don't have it.
Well, now we do.
Yeah.
No, you gave away a 5.
We didn't have a 7.
Oh, we just got the 7 in. We didn't have the 7.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
We-
all right.
How could we, if we just got it?
Yeah, you did have it.
Oh, wait a minute, somebody, bad connection. I don't think we have the 7 dot.
Get rid of the 2 band.
All right,
But
so we don't need this. Now,
You
what
did have,
happens?
yeah, I'm not argue with her.
Debbie, you did have the 7 dot.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
8 band.
We don't need the 8 bam. And maybe the 5779 didn't come into play because we had the 4 bams, and we're going, that might be the way to go here. But we have a 6 here, so it could be 5, 6, 7, 8, or 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have 2 ways to go there. Which
5,
one?
7, 7, 9. So,
Yeah, but we don't have a double.
right. So count the tiles and see.
I mean, we have 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 1, 2,
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mhm, same.
And maybe 5, 7, 7, 9 makes more sense because we have 1, 9 toward the Kong. Because Kongs
And
are
you're
the-
missing a whole number if you go the other way.
exactly, we're missing a whole number.
So start peeling off the 4s.
Okay, so let's see if we go 5, 7.
Debbie, you might get that 5 dot back.
I might, you're right. I got the 4 back that you wished upon, So I think that in this case,
But you have 2 bams you're passing already. Look.
I know, wow. If I want to keep 4, 5, 6, 7 open, geez, look at this.
You just have to pick.
I mean, if I do that, that's a whole freaking hand.
But they're probably collecting winds and dragons. You just never know.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great pass. We're gonna let it go. We're just letting it go because I don't want to pass up the other opportunities. So 5, 7, 7, 9. Is there anything else? 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. No. I don't think we need these. Okay.
Mhm.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, another 9. Geez. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 because I know I'm not going to give the 9 dot to the same person. So that's pretty cool. Do 3 and hope I get something in. I just need one more time. 5. Hannah, look. Okay. So we've got a piece of that whole hand right now. We just need more natural tiles and some jokers. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm east. So as far as prioritizing these discards, we passed a 4, we got a 4, then we got the original 4 back. So those are a little safer. Those are not going to be what I'm going to prioritize out. I want to prioritize tiles that maybe have not been seen in the Charleston. So does anybody remember? And Carol said, hold the 4 bam in case you get a 6 crack. Yeah, Carol, I couldn't go. I had to make a choice here. So if anybody remembers, does anybody remember which tiles here are brand new to us? No. Okay, so I do think that the 9 is new, and I believe the 6 we got in a little bit ago. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 9 bam as
9
far as
bam.
the first
Flower,
one to go out. Early flower discard.
flower.
Early
call,
again.
or
Oh,
crack.
look at that. No joker though.
9 dot.
Okay, so we don't need that. I'm going to go ahead and get that out.
1 dot. Flower,
Oh,
north.
3, 4, 5 of them out already.
8 crack.
All right, so there goes, if we were doing 5, 6, 7, 8, there goes 1 8 crack. Now I can keep this. Oh, my mouse is starting to act up, which would give me an option of doing 4, 5, 6, 7, as well as 5, 7, 7, 9. Gives me one more opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 8 bam.
8 bam. 6 bam. East. 3 dot.
Okay. So we have a 3 bam. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, do we need that for any reason? No. I mean, we could find something, but I think we got a lot going on right now. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. We never saw any of these.
3 bam. 7 dot.
Somebody could need them. So there goes a 7. So then I kind of keep track of how many of my tiles for a particular hand are going out. So I'll keep track of that.
1 bam. 9 bam.
Okay, so now I have 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's a possibility, but I think we ended up, did we end up giving, did we get a 6 dot? Does anybody remember? I'm just going to hold it for a little bit. We have, so we still have 5, 7, 7, 9, the whole hand. So I'll get rid of stuff that we don't need. Things could change. Never
6
know.
bam.
You talked
2
about
dot.
saving the 2 4 bams for joker bait.
I am, yeah. Yeah, so the 4 bams, one went out, 1 came in.
Okay.
And so chances are people aren't going to need them. So they're really safe tiles. They could be joker bait. Donna mentioned saving pairs for joker bait. And I'm not so sure because these went around the Charleston, whether somebody is playing them. But certainly during the game, if you do pick up a pair of something and you haven't seen those tiles go out, you can hold it, get rid of it certainly by like the middle of the second wall, but definitely by the end of, not the second wall, I'm sorry, the third wall. Get it out by then, and hopefully somebody who needs it will put it up with a joker and you can grab the joker. That's why you do hold pairs, but you want to make sure you don't hold them too long.
5 bam.
Okay, there's a 5 bam, so, and there's none out. So now I
4
know I
bam.
have one more. There's a third 4 bam. Nobody called it. Oh, wow. No. And I don't have 5, 7, 5, 7, 9, but we don't have the 9s. And we gave them away. We had a 9. See, there's a 9 bam.
Can't save
So,
everything.
Yep, can't
5
save
crack.
everything. So
8 bam. 4 crack. 6 dot.
here's a 6 dot. So my saving it is not going to probably happen. All right, West, we did have just a couple of jokers, a couple of wins that we saw. We'll get that out because we don't know for sure if somebody's collecting them.
3 dots. 1 crack.
All right, there's a flower. I'm gonna hold that baby for a while, even though 1, 2, oh no, I gotta get it out. Never mind. I forgot this guy called flowers. So in this particular case, we're not gonna hold on to this flower, even if he puts up a flower with a joker. There's 3 up here. There's 2 out, that's 5. This is number 6. So we need to get it out. If he calls it, that's fine. But if you hold it for too long, then you're liable to set him up. And he'll be more ready to call the flower or maybe to call it for Mahjong.
Flower. 7 bam.
No, he didn't call it, which is good. Maybe he wasn't ready to call it. 7 bam.
6 bam.
6 bam.
5 crack.
3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, we've gotten like a little bit of everything. Oh my God. We can hold it for a minute. Let's see. 3, no. Oh, maybe we'll hold it, but let's see. Did any other 3 bams go out? No. We'll hold it for a little bit. Let's get rid of the 5 bam. I know there's 4. Oh,
So
there's
3
4,
bam.
5, 6. What?
There is a 3 bam that's out.
There is. Okay, so 4, 5, 6. Boy, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be. We need those 7. 5, 6, 7. All right. Well, we're gonna get rid of it then.
3 bam. South. 4 bam.
Here's another. That's the 4th one.
Yeah.
4.
So that actually, I thought the other one it went out. Am I
Yeah,
blind?
there's one
There
on
it
the
is, right
there it
here.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now there's nothing guaranteed in this game, but since 2 4 bams are out, and I hold the other 2. I do think those are safer tiles, so I don't have to rush to get them out.
Yeah.
There we go again with the 5 crack. I thought, yeah, I think I discarded one up there. So let's see, 5, yeah, because I was thinking about 5, 7, 5, 7, 9.
5 crack.
Okay.
9 bam. 8 bam. 1 dot. Call. South.
All right, so we've got ones up with flowers. So I'm pretty sure we're playing, well, one of 2 hands, like numbers, line number 1, or consecutive run, line number 2. Oh, let's see if we could figure it out. How many ones are out? So we have the 1 dot out, we have 1 bam out, and that's it for ones. Oh, 1 crack. So 1 1 bam, 1 1 crack. He could be playing like numbers with ones, or he could be playing 1s and 2s, the second hand under consecutive run. And so it would have to be 2 cracks or 2 dots. Oh yeah, we got another hand too. It could be. But let's look and see it with the 2s before we go to the 3rd hand. So 2 cracks. None. How about 2 bams? Wow. Okay, that could be 1s and 2s. Now, the other hand Donna pointed out is line 4 under 1 3 5 7 9. It would have to be 1s and 9 dots. So we have 1 9 dot out, and that's about it. Let's see, about 3 5 7 would have to be 3 5 7 in cracks or bams. 1 5 bam, 1 5 crack, 1 crack. Okay, we can't tell based on what's on the table. It
Yeah.
could be any one of those 3. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so ignore.
9 crack.
Oh, there goes our 9 crack. Oh, there goes a joker. Let's move it up here. We don't know where it's gonna go. Okay, so 5779 is still our strongest contender here with the. Yeah. This,
We'll need that joker definitely with the 9 crack. We need 4 of them,
Exactly.
we've lost one.
we lost
So
one,
I
so
always put it next to the
yeah,
9 crack.
if you know where the joker has to go, you can put it there. In this case, we gotta cover one of the natural tiles for sure. All right, what else might we want to keep? 4, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6. I mean, it's like we're missing a lot, but I would probably not keep something that needs the 8 since there's 4 that would be needed. None are out.
Oh,
Oh,
8 crack.
oh,
top
there
line.
is one. One is out. Okay, so chances are I would not do the 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this would be right now my preference. What do you think?
I'd say stick with your original plan and hope for jokers.
Yeah,
6 dot, 9 bam, 2 bam, 6 bam,
oh, look at that. Let's look and see how many 6s did we say went out? 4, 5, 6, 7.
We still have a tile that we can get rid of, the 4 dots.
Yeah, so we'll get rid of this. So now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 7, 7, 9.
4 dot, 8 dot,
We'll have to make a
Bam.
decision based on what's
8 dots.
discarded very soon. We don't need that.
3 dot, red,
Oh, that's a fresh one.
call,
Ah,
3 crack,
see that? That was a fresh one, so I knew, but that would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You would not want to say, oh my God, there's none out. I can't, I can't, and we passed that in the Charleston, that red. So that's what you want to happen. Now we have 2 joker exchanges, an opportunity, so,
call, 4 crack,
and we have a 3 crack, so we can't really tell what anybody's doing quite yet.
1 bam, 2 dot,
Okay, that is one's out, but we still got to get it out.
so 3 dot. So 1 bam,
And 2
2
down.
dot, 4 dot, north, 8 dot,
Okay, now we got to make a decision.
Right.
Okay,
Count both ways.
let's move this away. Okay, so we'll count. 5 and 7, we could call if a 5 or 7 goes out. That's very nice. That's 4. That's 8. And that's 9. And that's 10 toward that hand with 1 9 crack already out on the table. 4, 5, 6, 7 is, what did I say, 9, right?
Mhm.
4,
5, 6,
8,
7,
10.
10.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This hand wins out
Mhm.
for sure. So we're going to start dumping the rest of these tiles right now.
6 crack, 7 bam, 8 dot, 6 crack,
Nice. That's nice. I need one more good pick here. I need a 9 crack or a joker.
5 bam, 5 bam, north, west, call, 1 crack,
Oh, now you see how telling that is with just 2 exposures? Whoa, right? Look at that. 3 cracks in west. Everybody know what hand it is?
East, west, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to see what's out there there's 1-1 crack. And this is the second one. Okay, let's see if this could be Mah Jongg, you never
Mhm.
know.
green,
Nope.
Mah Jongg,
Oh,
I thought. Okay, now it'll show, and
you had the one.
he had the one, right? He already had the one. It shows what line that they're playing, so it's easy to find the hand. So line 1, 2022. And 3 jokers, very nice. And let's see, Annie was playing 3, 5, 7 with
Mhm.
9.
Yeah.
That fourth hand under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and set to call with a joker. I think there was 1 dot out.
Right, there was,
And we could show it, but I believe there was. So with either a joker,
or 9.
a non-dot. All right, very nice. And then this we know, and we know what we were playing.
That's what they have any questions.
Okay, any questions now about any of these hands? Oh, so Carol wants to know how can my friends get this class invite to? Okay, couple ways. One is have them join the Facebook group MahjCon. That is where the events are posted every week. Have them also go to MahjCon.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage after you read through all the stuff about MahjCon in October and join the mailing list. So I do posts, and every week a reminder goes out, about the upcoming event. Next week, I'm on vacation, so I won't be holding it next week. So we're going to skip 1 week, but I'll be back the following. And should be back for quite a while after that. Yeah. All right. And so I don't think we have enough time right now to play another full game. I hope you guys enjoyed this and got, something out of it and all that. And thank you so much for joining me tonight and spending the evening with me. Again, if you're not signed up for YouTube, please head over to MahjCon and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell to get notifications. And that way you can also watch all the other events that I've posted on there. Lots of good, and all these classes every week are there. So you could watch a previous class and get just as much out of it as you did tonight, and different scenarios. Okay.
Debbie, do you know when you'll be teaching the 2023 card?
That will probably be, I'm thinking the next series, because I just had, the last one was Monday, and a month from that date. Okay, so the last one was on the 5th. The next month is the next one in, it's April 2nd. It might be too close.
Too close, might not even have it.
Yeah. The only thing I could do possibly is skip a week and do it the following week, because otherwise it would have, the 2022 card class would have to be in May. So which is probably what's going to happen. So it's probably going to be May 1.
Want to skip all of April?
No, I'll have an event in April. I just haven't posted it yet. But yeah, there'll be another topic in April on Monday night. So I do these series and a different subject. So, and if you go to YouTube, you'll see there's a playlist called live stream series. And there you could look at the different topics that I've already covered. So there'll be something next month, though. In May, I'll do the new card class. Oh, I think that's it. Any more questions before we sign off?
Yep, thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Thank you, guys.
This is great. Thank
Spending
you.
the evening with you, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks on Wednesday night. Good night.
Night. Thank you.
Thank you.